Mr. Speaker, I rise in support of the rule and of the underlying legislation. Yesterday, the Rules Committee met and produced a rule, H-Res 499, providing for the House's consideration of H.R. 4, the Rescissions Act of 2025. This rule provides for consideration of H.R. 4 under a closed rule. The rule provides 1 hour debate equally divided and controlled by the majority leader and minority leader or their respective designees, and provides 1 motion to recommit. Additionally, the rule provides that House Resolution 492 is hereby adopted. Before we get into the substance of the bill today, I'd like to clear up any confusion about any remarks I made in the Rules Committee last night. Let me be crystal clear. I encourage all members to support the rule before us today. My comments last night were lacking in context. Democrats made the argument throughout the hearing that this process is somehow another vote on H.R. 1. That is false. The resolution today makes purely technical changes to protect the privilege of the reconciliation bill as it heads to the Senate. It is not a redo or re-litigation of any underlying policy issues in the bill. Let me repeat, there are no policy decisions included in this engrossment correction. That is what the Senate is working through, and I look forward to considering H.R. 1 when the bill returns from the other chamber. Mr. Speaker, House Republicans remain on a positive, forward-moving trajectory in delivering upon the American people's mandate from November. Just a few short weeks ago, we passed the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. This week, we're taking up a nearly $10 billion rescissions package, and soon we will be moving into the appropriations process. Discretionary waste is about to be put through the Congressional shredder. Mr. Speaker, the American people demand that this happens. Now, our colleagues across the aisle will leap to their feet and scream bloody murder about how the waste we're targeting simply doesn't exist and how we're laying siege to everything under the sun. Au contraire, we have the receipts to back everything up. Here's just a small sampling of the mind-boggling discretionary waste that we'll be slashing in foreign funding. $158 million from the Lebanon peacekeeping mission, which has been fraught with waste and abuse, as evidenced by its abject failure to contain Hezbollah. $3 million for an Iraqi Sesame Street. $833,000 for services for, quote, transgender people, sex workers, and their clients and social net workers, end quote, in Nepal, and $500,000 for electric buses in Rwanda. These examples barely skim the surface, Mr. Speaker, and it's really no wonder why Americans are outraged that their tax dollars are being squandered. It's the American people's money. A single dollar of taxpayer money wasted is $1 too many in our view. Then there's NPR. I honestly don't even know where to begin on that one. Even if someone were to accept the premise that we need to finance a public radio outlet, certainly we can all agree that it simply cannot be NPR any longer. NPR's own CEO testified before Congress that she has never seen any political bias at NPR. I don't know what reality she's living in, but it clearly isn't this one. Here's the kicker. NPR does harbor political bias. It took a $1.9 million grant to, quote, improve objectivity and diverse viewpoints, end quote. There's the proof. And it's a concrete example that NPR's CEO was giving false testimony to Congress. You either understand that you're biased and need help, apparently in the form of taxpayer grants, or you haven't witnessed any bias. You can't have it both ways. Then there's PBS. Again, I honestly don't know where to begin. On top of the concrete, statistically proven bias against conservatives, Republicans, and the Trump administration, this is the 21st century. We have Sesame Street now streaming on private services, so the taxpayer is now subsidizing for-profit companies. We've seen private celebrities like Miss Rachel who are engaging in crossovers with Sesame Street, which again leverage taxpayer dollars to concentrate wealth to private individuals. It's clear that we must slash this tranche of wasteful spending and continue down a path to fully restore fiscal sanity in our nation. With that, Mr. Speaker, I reserve.